Hello, my dear teacher and classmates. We are Carol, Marcela, and Rodrigo. And today we are going to teach you in this 5 minutes presentation a little bit of distributionalism. To start with, let's have in mind that this period took place between 1930 and 1960s in United States, and its main feature was Leonard Bloomfield, who was an anthropologist, same as the majority of the American scholars. In distributionalism, language was treated by American scholars in a diachronic rather than synchronic way, as European linguists did before. And these are the 7 main points of distributionalism. The most important thing in this period, distributionalism, is to describe what people say or write, rather than explaining or trying to correct the use of the language. When American scholars started to study language in the native tribes, they didn't find any written way of language subject to study. That's why they realized that the primary form of language was the oral one, spoken language. Every single language is unique and special in its own way and for its own culture. That's why no language should be compared with another. There is neither prescription nor universal grammar. Language is constituted by minimal units, which were studied by American scholars in order to determine the patterns within. So, when gathering these minimal units with others, they formed larger units. Language was originally defined as a scientific discipline through the description. What happens with the meaning then? Meaning is pretty unobservable because when trying to look for the meaning of a word, we just fall down in subjectivity, which is not science. Descriptivists stated that the parts of a sentence took their form according to the position in the sentence and the inflections they had. So the procedures to determine the units in language should be objective and rigorous. In this respect, North American scholars provided 2 observable criteria for defining the items of language: form and distribution. Having in mind that language was being treated as a science, therefore observable and descriptive, the terms langue and parole and signified and dignified, which were subject to study for the European linguistic, came to be rejected by American scholars for being unscientific abstractions that could not be proved. So what did North American scholars consider to study in language? They established corpus as a subject of study for language, which is phonemes, morphemes, and sentence patterns. To sum up, the importance of distributionalism lies in the fact that North American dealt with the language in a totally different way compared to the way the European linguists used. Due to this, we currently have the syntactic analysis at the moment of analyzing language. So, having a new and different way of study or point of view will always be a good idea.
Created using Powtoon.